Coming up on City News at 11. Many campuses across the country have reached a boiling point as protesters and police began to clash on Monday. Some universities have already canceled the rest of their semesters, and many others are weighing their options. Also tonight,
I think it's totally unconstitutional.
The judge in Donald Trump's hush money trial has fined the former president for violating a gag order in the trial, and the questioning of more of Trump's prior business associates is expected in the coming days. And later on, we have a heartwarming story about a little boy in Texas who suffers from a rare form of cancer, and how local heroes are helping him live out his dreams. All this and more coming up.
Welcome to this edition of Beach TV News. I'm Shane Jacobson.
And I'm Andy Lopez. Beach TV News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Long Beach.
But this morning, one flight from Tel Aviv landed in Los Angeles. Beach TV News' Ava Domichelli was there and spoke to some of the people who have witnessed the war firsthand. Ava, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Shane. Yes, I'm here at LAX where heartbreak and horror are touching ground.
Welcome to this edition of Beach TV News. I am Madeline Fredrickson.
And I am Liz Hanna. Beach TV News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Long Beach.
A Texas man is facing felony charges after illegally boarding a Delta Airlines flight. The stowaway boarded the Austin-bound flight at Salt Lake City International Airport. As soon as he was on the plane, Wyclef Florizard headed to the back and stowed away in the restroom.
And now over to the border, where migrant crossings have reached an all-time high. And speaking about stay-on negotiations, another crisis has been averted in Congress.
But back here at home, a kidnapping plot led by FBI agents from San Bernardino County has ended. Speaking of athletes, did Taylor Swift just manifest her next relationship on NFL Sunday?
And now over to the breaking story coming out of the University of Southern California. The campus has been shut down, and students and faculty were arrested in the latest round of protests over the Israel-Hamas war.
Playoff basketball has begun for the city of Los Angeles. First we go to Denver as the Lakers play the Nuggets in Game 2.
It's not rare to hear Swifties talking about Taylor Swift when it comes to new music releases.
And tensions about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict aren't just rising at college campuses. Google recently fired 28 employees after a series of sit-ins that took place in their offices in Silicon Valley, Seattle, and New York City. The protests were led by the group No Tech for Apartheid, whose goal is to have Google halt their plans to bring their cloud computing services to Israel.
The DOJ, along with 15 states, filed the lawsuit in the District Court of New Jersey. According to the DOJ, Apple committed anti-competitive practices by giving customers higher prices while offering lower quality products and accessories.
FBI agents rescued a kidnapped 17-year-old teen from a motel in Santa Maria. No shots were fired during this operation, and 3 suspects were arrested. The teen was abducted from Highland, and soon after, the victim's mother began receiving calls demanding $500,000 in ransom. The abductors blamed the kidnapping on the teen's father, calling him a thief.
Among other primary races that California voters had to consider on Super Tuesday, one of the most important was the race for the Senate seat vacated after the death of Dianne Feinstein last fall. Democrat Adam Schiff, the 23-year congressman, is ahead with 33% of the votes. Many expected a close race for second place, but instead, Republican Steve Garvey left Democrat Katie Porter far behind with 32% of the votes and her getting only 14%. At the polling place at Long Beach City College, Californians share their thoughts on the candidates. Many like Adam Schiff after his work on the January 6th hearings, but their support for Katie Porter is a little more personal.
One of the things I really like about her is she just is able to connect and explain things, complex situations, I think, and break those down in a way that a layperson can understand.
Some Californians like Republican Steve Garvey because he's a former professional baseball player, but others see a chance for change in California politics.
In California, the pendulum is swinging far to the left, too far to the left. And in order to have all opinions represented, it needs to go back to the middle.
If Garvey does win this fall, it will be the first time a Republican has been elected to the Senate from California since 1991. Also, with Schiff and Garvey advancing without Porter, it will be the first time there won't be a female senator from California in just as long. That adds to criticism for Schiff after reports surfaced that his campaign spent $11 million in support of his Republican challenger, a move many believe was done to block Katie Porter from the fall election.
for Adam Schiff to do that, I think it's strategic. I think it's smart because he's going to win if that was the case. If not, Katie Porter has a huge shot. She has hook spot.
Now that the final race is set for the fall, many wonder if Steve Garvey will get more support from the RNC or will Adam Schiff run away with the election. This has been Stephen Matthews, Beach TV News. The Aquarium of the Pacific here in Long Beach just marked the 25th anniversary of its opening, and with that will come a year's worth of celebrations and events. However, the people here at the aquarium want you to know that it's not just about the festivities. It's also about the many volunteer opportunities they have to offer. You may not realize it when you get to the Aquarium of the Pacific, but many of the people that work here are volunteers.
We have a tremendous crew of volunteers who help out throughout the aquarium, and they help out off-site as well in habitat restoration, removing trash and taking responsibility and saving habitats, even in helping endangered species like the western monarch butterfly in Long Beach and the greater LA area.
Some aquarium goers are eager for the opportunity to volunteer at the aquarium.
I mean, I've always been interested in doing volunteering work. I've volunteered, in other aspects of my life as well. I've always had a fascination about the aquatic life. So now that there's an opportunity of volunteering there, why not?
For others, volunteer work isn't always possible.
I think it's a great opportunity, but I just don't have a lot of time for it personally, just being a full-time student and everything. But I have really great memories of the aquarium. I went all the time when I was a kid.
Either way, as a volunteer or as someone who likes to experience what's in the ecosystem around us, the Aquarium of the Pacific is open year-round and is located just south of downtown Long Beach. This has been Stephen Matthews with the Evening News.